And they are off with player 1 opening the game by rushing into the board with pawn to e4. Now what will player 2 do? How will he respond? Oh, this is such an exciting game, and it's only been the first move. And it looks like player 2 chooses to move a pawn to e5. Was it a good move? Too soon to tell. Come back to player 1. She's looking very contemplative. It appears that player 1 is moving the knight to f3. What a play, ladies and gentlemen. What a play. Now how will player 2 follow up with that? Will he move another pawn? No, he doesn't. In fact, he moves a knight. Similarly, like player 1. Boy, this game is heating up, and it looks like player 1 thrusts one of her bishops all the way to b5. Player 1 is looking pretty ambitious, but what's this? Player 2 decides to move a mere pawn to a6. Will he try to take that bishop with just a pawn? What a play. That would be incredible, I say. Oh, but it appears that player 1 has caught on and moved her bishop back to a4, and now player 2 has decided to move his other knight to f6. Oh, the tension is so thick I could practically swim in it, folks. And now player 1 has moved the queen to e2 in front of her king. Folks, this looks like this game has turned into what we call a Spanish game, or Ruy Lopez opening. How will player 2 play into this one? Oh, it appears that player 2 has decided to move yet another pawn in pursuit of that bishop. It's a Morphy defense. This causes player 1 to even further retreat the bishop to b3. You'd better not fall into that Noah's Ark trap, player 1. And now it's player 2's turn to move one of their bishops to b7. And it seems that we'll follow that up by moving a pawn to c3. But player 2 counters by moving his other bishop to c5. What a marvelous game today, ladies and gents. Just marvelous. And what's this? Player 1 moves their bishop up to d5, right beside player 2's bishop. Player 2 is getting defensive, choosing to castle his king, but player 1 is not stopping and captures player's 2 pawn with her knight. It's a first takedown in the game, but oh, player 2 is putting up a fight, capturing player 1's bishop with his own knight. Oh, but all the while, player 1 slaughters other knight, but then only to be taken down again by another one of player 2's mere pawns. And player 1 moves up one of her pawns to d4. Oh, and now it's player 2 who must retreat his bishop in order to avoid capture. Well played, player 1. And now what will you do next? Oh, of course, take out player 2's knight while he was protecting his bishop. Smart move, player 1, smart move. That leaves player 2 with no more knights. And now player 2's rook is on the move to e5. What will player 1 do now? It seems like player 1 is having a mental conversation with player 2. What is player 1 trying to pull? And now player 1 gets up and leaves? Is she forfeiting the match? Player 2 is just sitting there as if he's waiting, but what exactly is he waiting for? I hope that player 1 returns soon, or she will lose by default, and she has no way of...
Checkmate.